Hi, welcome back to the Gentle Healing Podcast. I am your host, Beth McIntyre, and I am a certified emotion, body, and belief code practitioner. On today's episode, I wanted to talk about something that is basically the basis for everything in the body code. It is basically essentially it is the whole theory of the body code. And even before I found the body code, it is something that really, it was a big, deep value of mine, and also a bit of a pet peeve. You'll understand what I mean in a bit. So we've all been there, right? We've all seen these people, they're online now, there's heaps of them, and they say, this worked for me, so it's gonna work for you. Just follow my 10-step strategy and you'll be a millionaire. Just follow my perfect workout routine and you'll have beautiful round butt. You'll have big glutes. You know what I mean? Just follow my nutrition plan and you'll lose weight. Just go to this person and see this and do this exactly like I did and you'll get the exact same results as me. Do you want to know what it takes to be a millionaire? Just follow these 3 steps, or just be a millionaire in 90 days. Follow this strategy. You get my point. I could keep going on and on and on about this, but you get my point. And the point is that there are so many people out there these days that are selling, well, this worked for me, so it will work for you too. And essentially, in the world we live in, it is fundamentally just flawed. Just because something worked for one person does not mean it's going to work for you too. And I don't mean that to, rain on your parade or to get you down. What I simply mean is that, and this is the basis of everything in the body code, is that anything can cause anything. Meaning that, let's go for an example, okay? You've been trying to lose weight for months, years even, and you just can't seem to shift this weight. And you've done XYZ diet plan. You've tried this one and that one, and you've done these exercises, and this person told you to HIIT, so you did HIIT. And this person told you to lift weights, so you lifted weights. And you think, I've been consistent. Why have I been doing this for ages, and this weight just isn't shifting? I cannot achieve my dream body. Well, it worked for them, so why isn't it working for me? What is wrong with me? And that's essentially it, right? We all come to that conclusion of, well, it worked for them, for why not me? What is wrong with me? Let me tell you now, there is nothing wrong with you. And the reason why it maybe didn't work for it worked for them and not for you, is not because there's something wrong with you. It's because what was causing their body to hold on to that weight, what worked for their body, simply may not be the same thing that is causing your body to hold on to excess weight. It may not be the right workout routine for your body. How they eat may not be the way your body desires you to eat. Do you see what I'm saying? And the same goes for anything. 2 people, and this is a big reason why I feel a lot of traditional practices, a lot of traditional therapies, etc., are not necessarily going to be beneficial for everyone. There is not one black and white reason why anything is happening to anyone. Meaning, 2 people could be, in a deep depression. And for one person, it may be that maybe some, nutrition, maybe there's some vitamins they're lacking, whatever it is, who knows. And then for another person, it could have been one big significant traumatic event that spiraled them, that triggered them into this deep depression. And sure, they may both have stories around what caused it, why they're this way, etc. But, and this is why the body code is so powerful, in the body code, we do not assume that just because two people have the exact same symptom, that then therefore it has the exact same cause. And that is why we allow the subconscious mind of you, or the person I'm working on, or whoever it is, the person who is taking the session, their subconscious mind leads. Because your subconscious mind, your blueprint, your being, you know what is right, say, for you. Only your subconscious knows what is causing that symptom in you. And I see this all the time in my body code sessions in my clients. Two people may come to me with the exact same thing. For example, and I've been talking about this a lot really recently. I wrote an article on it recently. And a very common thing that people struggle with is sleep. And I've had countless clients come to me for different sleep issues. But, let's say essentially most clients come to me if they have sleep issues, it's something to do with insomnia, right? Or they may, go to sleep fine and then wake up intermittently during the night. And when they wake up, they struggle to get back to sleep. Or another very common one is, sure, they may sleep 8, 9 hours. They may feel like they've had a good night's sleep, yet they still wake up exhausted, right? Or, the other one, the classic one, is that they just can't get to sleep. Or again, vivid dreams, they wake up and they feel like because their mind's been so active that they haven't really had a good proper night's sleep. All these sleep issues, whether it's the exact same one, take for example, waking up in the middle of the night, being unable to fall back asleep. This one's very common. I've had countless clients come to me with this exact same symptom. Yet when you take a look at the sessions that we do, they have a slew of imbalances. And do you think they're the same? Do you think their subconscious minds shows me 1, trapped emotion of unworthiness, 2, trapped emotion of low self-esteem, 3, trapped emotion of anger? No. One person may be a physical allergy, a food intolerance, a misaligned spine bone, a C2 misalignment, a kidney imbalance, a trapped emotion of anger, sadness, anxiety, worry. It's always different. It is never the same, even if the symptom is presenting as exactly the same. What is causing it in each individual will never be the same. Because each individual is exactly that. We are all individuals. And so there are so many things going on. Our body is complex, our lives are complex, our experiences, our energy, what we eat, what we put into our bodies, what we consume, the environment we live in, the people we surround ourselves with, the work we do, the things we do on a daily basis, all the events and the experiences leading up to this very moment in life. They have all been individual for each individual. And so no, it is not going to be the same. So when we use these kind of traditional therapies, whether it's, more along the lines of traditional medicine, where like this causes this and this causes this, and well, this person is showing this symptom, so it must be caused by this. Or, nutritional therapies that explain, well, you're feeling this way, so it must be like this, or you're feeling this way, so let's do this because that will help you. Or, I want to achieve this, let's reverse and engineer it like this person over here did. It worked for them, it'll work for me. Whatever it is, it may not work the same way. It may be, or it may have similar effects, like, of course, I'm not saying that all medicine and all therapies and all strategies are obsolete. Of course not. Any strategy can work. It's just the energy behind it, right? But when we're looking at symptoms in the body, no two people's symptoms are going to be caused by the exact same imbalances, the exact same things going on in the body. One person, for example, a very common thing these days, may be, experiencing anxiety, right? Very common these days. You feel rushed, you feel stressed, you feel anxious, you worry a lot, your mind races, right? You find it really hard to shut off your mind. completely normal these days, right? And then when we have body code sessions, completely different imbalances come up, you know? And that makes complete sense, right? These two individuals, or however many individuals we're talking about, they've all lived very different life experiences. Their bodies, their subconscious has been through very different things. They've grown up in different environments. They've consumed different media. They've had different parents, different friends, different, society, different culture, whatever it may be. Or maybe it's even very similar. But even if it's similar, their bodies may have experienced it very differently. If we take things, like maybe two people have been through very, very similar life experiences. For example, maybe, twins or something, right? But even if two people went through the exact same life experiences, say this was hypothetically possible, their bodies would still react differently. Because they're still individuals, right? And it may just take one little thing. They just might have, this person may, have become anxious very suddenly, rapidly, right? There may just be one very sort of traumatic event that then caused them to feel this anxiety that never left them. Whereas another person, it may have just been small events that just built up over time, little events, and slowly they started to notice. They probably wouldn't even notice because it just happened so gradually. Like they were just they used to be calm and now they're slightly more anxious, slightly more anxious. And you see, again, the symptom may present the same, but the causes may be different. And this is where the body code is so, I love it so much, and it makes so much sense to me, because I, as the practitioner, or my clients, are not the ones coming to me, or I'm not the one going, okay, well, you're feeling this, so let's analyze this, and it must be caused by this. So go away and do these 3 steps, and you'll feel better. It doesn't work like that. And that's why I love it so much. Because for years before, let me tell you a little bit about my story. I'm sure a lot of people can very much relate. For me, I had a long history of mental illness and, feeling just very hopeless and depressed. And then, that also kind of spiraled into things like very anxious, worried a lot, a very overactive mind. These are very common things. These were something that I experienced. I was very deeply depressed. I felt very hopeless. Hopelessness was very much something I was very used to feeling. I just felt, what was the point, right? And I still did things in my life. I had businesses and I traveled the world and I was a digital nomad. And I lived in different countries and I studied different things, and I've always been very intelligent, right? But I would follow different things. I've done so many different courses, especially if you're a business owner, you know this, or, I've done so many different courses. An XYZ person would say, no, this is how it works. This is how you do this strategy, do this. Or, in terms of kind of feeling better, people would say okay, you just got to do mindset work. Okay, you just got to do tapping, or hypnosis will help you. Here's some NLP, read this book, follow this strategy, do this course, see this person, whatever. This helped me, so it will help you. And I tried so many different things. And they weren't all obsolete. I had success. I felt better. I saw success in businesses. I had a great life. I was creating the life I liked, I enjoyed. But deeper down, my emotional baseline was still quite low. And I still saw myself as not successful, even when, kind of things were going well. I still had struggles, right? I've kind of lost my train of thought. But the point here is that, even though these things did work to an extent, it just felt there was something deeper. My emotional baseline was still very low. And I get another really, really kind of tangible example was back pain. I'd always suffered from chronic back pain from as long as I could remember. And I'd seen so many different people for it. Osteopaths, chiros, physios. I'd done different exercises. I'd seen acupuncturists and I'd done dry needling, and that is acupuncture. But more different exercises, and I'd seen podiatrists, because maybe it was caused by my feet misaligned, and then I'd done all these different things. I'd seen so many people. Myotherapists. I could name so many different kind of therapists I'd seen, and exercises I'd done, and things I'd done for my chronic back pain. Yet again, it would still keep recurring. Maybe with some of them it would get better for a bit, and then it would get bad again, right? It was still there. But when I found the body code, the emotion code, and the belief code, this is what changed everything for me. I was no longer just doing what people told me to do. I was no longer just, going to someone and they're saying, oh, well, you have this, it must be caused by this, and then they treat it in the way that they knew how. I was directly asking my subconscious. And my subconscious knew the reasons or the causes of my lower back pain. It knew the deeper causes for why I was constantly feeling depressed, why my emotional baseline was still very low, right? It knew my beliefs that were blocking me from true business success that I wanted. It knew the beliefs I had underneath. I wasn't guessing the beliefs. It knew the beliefs that I still held around why I never felt good enough. It knew this. I didn't have to guess. I didn't have to analyze. I didn't have to ask anyone. The answers were all within me, and my subconscious knew them all. And with the body code and muscle testing, I accessed those. And through the body code, I released those. And now, I do not experience lower back pain. I do not identify anymore as someone who has consistent chronic lower back pain. I do sometimes get lower back pain, obviously, if I am sometimes lifting weights that are slightly too heavy for me, I pull something wrong, or sometimes when I'm on my period, if you're a woman, you can kind of get, pain in your body. But on a day-to-day basis, I was someone who struggled with it on a day-to-day basis, and I tried, I remember the amount of mattresses I tried, different things to sleep on, etc., because again, this must be causing it, this must be, it must be this. And some of them helped, but none of them kind of got to the root of it. None of them were the exact thing that was the cause. None of them actually addressed that root cause that, for me in particular, was the thing causing it. Until the body code, until I was able to access what my subconscious mind already knew. And so that is the beauty of the body code. That is why, whatever anyone tells you, if there's anyone out there that tells you, no, in order to cure this, you must do this. In order to achieve this result, no, you have to do this. I'm sorry, but I call bullshit. And it is one of my biggest pet peeves. I appreciate their conviction and their, what they consider their authority, right? But you are you, and only you and your subconscious and your mind and your body and your being, only it knows what is causing what is going on in your body. Anyone outside of you telling you otherwise is only guessing, because they are not you. They do not hold the blueprint of you, of your perfect health, of your dream life, or your emotional stability, whatever it may be, whatever it is that you're desiring, whatever it is, however it is, or whatever you want to heal, however it is you want to feel, whatever it is you want. They don't know that. Only your subconscious, only your being knows that. And that with the body code, we can access that. That is why that we have that saying that anything can cause anything. Because with the body code, we are not going in and saying, you're not coming to me and going, and telling me I have low back pain. And I'm not going, oh, right, well, you have low back pain. It must be caused by this, this, and this. We're going to treat it with this, this, and this. No. I don't assume anything. I do not analyze anything. I do not guess anything. I do not deduce anything. I simply say, thank you for that. I'll ask your subconscious mind, what can we do to ease this symptom, to get rid of this symptom, to cure the symptom, to heal the symptom, whatever it may be, right? Whatever we're doing, I'm just asking the subconscious. And the subconscious is directing me to what needs to be done. Whether that's an imbalance that needs to be released, a belief system that needs to be shifted, a trapped emotion that needs to be released, or including the body code, things outside of us. Maybe it may tell me, or you know, through the body code in a session, that look, it's asking for outside help. It is asking that you go see a chiropractor. It is asking that you go see a physio. It is saying that you need exercise. It is saying that you need to eat this food or do this thing. That's also included in the body code. But whatever it is, we are still asking your subconscious directly. We are not guessing. Because anything can cause anything. And just because you have the same symptom as one person does not mean that what helped them will help you. And so that's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening. And if you are someone who has something that you know, again, the best thing with the body code is amazing is for things that, and this is, just as my lower back pain story. I'd been to everyone and no one could help me. No one could seem to explain what was causing it. Everyone had their own explanations. It seemed to be, just this mystery, right? But the body code helped. And this is what I found with a lot of my clients and the people I work with, is they've tried a lot of different things. They've been to different people. They've been to doctors. They've been to therapists. They've been to different practitioners. They've tried different things. Yet it's still like a mystery. It's still some unexplainable thing that no one can seem to figure out. And then they try the body code and they see within 1, 2, sometimes a few more sessions, but most of my clients see at least some movement within the first couple of sessions. Things that they have been trying to heal for years, sometimes years, decades sometimes. And the body code, because we are asking your subconscious mind directly, the thing that holds your entire blueprint to health. Because we are asking it directly, releasing exactly what it tells us to. They see movement, they see shifts, they see changes that they have not been able to see with anything else. Simple, effective, easy. No appointments required, no talking, no reliving your past, no big emotional processing, no pain, no difficulty. It's so easy and simple. It's effective, and that's why I fucking love it, guys. So I'll leave the link in the show notes below. But if you're interested, follow that link. You can book a session or you can join my 8-week signature program, the Private Root Reset set, which is basically for anyone who does not want to manage their healing anymore. It's something very hands-off. It's very easy, simple, effective. Each week for 8 weeks, I do a session for you. I email you the results. It just fits seamlessly into your lifestyle, into your days, into your weeks, into your schedule. No need to book out times, no need to worry about having to talk to someone. It's all basically done for you. So, I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, have a lovely day, week, month, however long it is until my next episode. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.